Hey everybody, welcome to Keepin It Real. I'm Danny B, and this is the lovely Jamie B. Season 12 of Keepin It Real. It's been about 10 months since our last episode. After the show, Jamie's going to jump into the kitchen and whip you up something nice, something simple but very tasty. A lot's transpired since our last show. I'm not going to get into every detail, but let's just say this is one of my craziest years ever. Forget about this horrible winter. Today's getting a little bit warmer as we're recording. It's Saturday, but I gotta say it's been brutal, Jay.
Yes, the winter definitely has been brutal this season. I am definitely not liking it. It's at its ending now. It's like, okay, I'm over this. It's time to get some nice weather. I mean, we haven't even been out for walks or anything. It's been really cold, like in the 20s every day.
Well, some people are listening 20s. In Florida, California, so they're not relating to this.
Yes.
But us East Coast people, Jersey, Pennsylvania. New York people, you can relate. It has been horrible. We can't even walk through the house without getting that rock salt. We're in a
HOA,
and they just pound the salt. They pound the salt all over the place, and it's just all over our hardwood floors. But anyway, how's everybody doing out there?
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's excited to see Keepin It Real coming back. You know what happened was, okay, so we stopped for a while, and then we love these cookies, crackers called Back to Nature, and on it, they wrote it in exactly the way that we spell it, Keepin It Real. So
trademarking, Mike. They're trademarking us.
I think this is a sign, Danny. I think it's time to get back on it.
Yeah, but they also took away 4 cookies and 4 crackers from every box.
Yeah, they took a row out.
Used to get 3 rows.
They're still really good.
3 rows with 8 across. Now you're getting 2 rows with 10. They're still tasty, but gosh, and they're more money.
Yeah.
But everything's changing. It's been everything's changing. You know, everything's more expensive. Eggs are $10 a dozen now?
I think that's from the bird flu stuff. But yeah, they're honestly out of control right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. But you know what I did? Because I just used to buy the store brands or whatever. So I started buying free range organic ones because they were almost the same.
What's the difference? The free range or the cage? They're in cages, obviously.
Just what they eat and how they're treated and stuff.
How do we really know that though?
I don't. Well, I'm
really
trying to explain it that the egg yolk in there is just so much more vibrant looking.
I showed
Danny. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. It's bigger and it's more vibrant, the color of it. And I find it to be tastier. So I'm actually kind of glad that, I had to go and get the organic
ones. How does it make any tastier? You make an omelet, you throw cheese on it, you got your spinach and onions in it. So
when you put spices and stuff like that, I mean, it's...
But the color is definitely much more... Yes. It looks happy, happy
it does. Egg. Yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty color.
It was conceived in a good way.
And I love eggs. I eat a lot of eggs.
Well,
I eat egg yolks. Yes. Well, I don't know. A lot of people would say, don't eat the egg yolks. They're really bad for you. So I love them. I love dippy eggs too. I eat them often.
That's been an argument for years. Cholesterol from the eggs. Some say it's good. Yeah. Some say it's bad for you.
Well, supposedly I have good cholesterol.
I'll take if I do a 3-egg omelet, I like 1 egg yolk and the rest is the
egg white.
Egg white,
yes.
rather.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, guys and girls, before I forget, I come across this product. Actually, my business partner referred me to this, and I don't pronounce it properly, but it's Boreum. You can look it up, check out the link underneath. This stuff is amazing. I've been on it for about 6 weeks right now. I had a conversation with the individual up in Canada that develops it. Harvesting is the word. You're only allowed to do it 10 days out of the year. So this stuff is real. It's clean, like olive oil.
What is it? Bee pollen?
It's called bee pollen. Okay. Bee pollen. And
it's a supplement.
It's a supplement, but it helps with inflammation. It helps with headaches. You name it, testosterone levels. It's just the liver. It's just an amazing product, and I'm not.
Does it make you happier?
No, I'm always angry.
Oh, okay.
It has nothing to do with my happiness. But at the gym, I'm definitely stronger. I got more energy. But I would highly recommend. And I spoke to Simon, the developer, I guess would be the word. Excuse my French, no pun intended, Simon. They're from Quebec, but him and his girlfriend, they're working hard on this, and there's a lot of copycats, just like different olive oils. You see split cut. We're learning a lot about olive oil. Mm-hmm. Some of it's not really good for you. But I highly recommend, check out the link below. This is an amazing product. Give it about 2 weeks, and you'll see the difference. You do it kind of like, I don't want to say like steroids, but you do it for 5 days, take 2 days off. Or if you do it for 3 weeks in a row, take a week off. You got to cycle it, but definitely check this stuff out. It's amazing. And it works for girls as well. It doesn't taste so nice, I ain't going to lie. You hold it in your... I would do a sample right now, but you have to hold it and swish it around for 45 seconds. But guys, girls, give this stuff a shot. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You've always taken your supplements and stuff. But since Danny had his heart attack, his doctor was like, you can't, do this and you can't do that. So, and he would do like, from GNC and stuff like that. So I do see the improvement in his, even that's why I was saying, does it make you happier? Because I feel like when he was doing his supplements prior to his heart attack, those things did give him energy, and then once he went through the heart attack and then he couldn't take these supplements until now I see that change where he has more energy. Natural. Yes, yeah.
But as far as mood swings, I'm a moody dude,
that's called
as you
being
know.
bipolar.
I'm 62. I'm getting angry that I'm not 42.
That's why you have your
and you're not
medical.
No spring chicken no more. Speaking of chicken and eggs, you're not exactly
48.
Young. You'll be 49 in November, and your 40th birthday party was a disaster. I messed it up. I got drunk, hung out with the friends. I didn't even dance with you on your 40th.
No, I sat on the dance floor with my sons, like, okay.
Dancing on your own.
This is a lot of fun. Everyone's doing whatever, and no one's hanging out with me dancing. This is not what I
Everybody was
envisioned.
up in the rooms, in the hotel rooms, missing in action, if you know
That's
what I
why,
mean.
to me, I will just, put the lights on in my house and put the music on and have the drinks and dance and sing to myself, and I'm happy because then I don't have to worry about anybody else. I just do it by myself, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, so again, it's probably been 10 months or so, 9.5 months.
It's been a while, yes.
A lot transpired.
Yeah.
We had the business going for my son Jade and the truck, but it turns out that unless you're 25 years old, you're not getting jobs. The insurance was through the roof, like 50 grand a year. Yeah. Just to cross state lines, to get the jobs. On the apps, they want you to have like $1 million worth of liability.
The damn DOT.
Yeah, it was just, believe me, that was a nightmare. So I got beat up on a truck, lost over $20,000, downsized, traded it in for a Z. They don't call them
got a cute little car.
A Nissan Z. They're not Z280s or Z300s. It's just Zs, but it's a little toy. It's like a Matchbox car.
I don't feel safe in it.
I don't feel safe in it.
We're not going on the highway with this thing. There's
blind spots all over the place.
Yes, but I don't feel safe in it.
Night and day. I went from a big van to a little tiny Matchbox.
Yeah.
So what's up with you? Talk about your cleaning business. You're doing well.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of the reason why we haven't been doing Keeping It Real, because I've been super busy. I'm all booked up, completely booked up with my cleaning business. I'm very happy, satisfied, proud of myself. Thank you. I'm definitely proud of myself.
In the mornings, I walk around. When is she getting back? This is bullshit. She's gone fucking 5 hours already. What is this? I need company.
Well, I was by your side. I was young. I was young when we got together, and basically I allowed you to lead the way all the time and did and said everything that you wanted me to.
You became a mom.
Now, boom, here I am.
Well, once you became a mom.
It's my time to shine.
Once you became a mom in 2004, that's all you did. You didn't have time to do anything else. You helped me in the office a little bit.
I mean, I kept busy.
I am proud
definitely.
of you. I am proud of you.
Thank you.
Some of the jobs, I would say, you're traveling too far. You need to charge a little bit more.
Well, he's doing this and that, and I say, it's my business, and I'll do what I want, and you got to shush it up.
You're providing your own cleaning products. Maybe charge a little bit more, but that's just me. Anyway.
I'm learning. I'm doing something that I'm really proud of. It is hard work.
It's all word of mouth, too. She hasn't advertised other in the local.
And that actually makes me really, really proud, because I see other people soliciting their business, and it's like, I had to do that one time, and that's it. Like, everyone is from referral. I don't need to have business cards. I don't need to put my information out there. I don't need to do anything. I'm fully booked. Free. So happy with all my clients. They're all becoming like family. I love, seeing them, their pets, everything about it.
Oh, don't even get into pets.
Oh, God.
Please,
oh, my God.
Did we
even tell you about the dog? Oh, my God.
I told Mike real quick about the dog.
Oh, yeah. So one of my clients.
I'll let you tell the story.
She usually has like a dog sitter, and she's such a great person. She rescues dogs and everything.
Her name's Jamie as well.
And her name's Jamie as well. So, she normally has somebody else watch her dog. So she was going away with her boyfriend, and he has 2 dogs that are rescue dogs that she got originally, but then gave them to him. And then she has her 2 dogs herself. So she's like, well, Jaden's like responsible and everything. So do you think that he would want to do it? I'm like, yeah, sure, you know. So we're, you know, I figured it was going to be hard because there's like 4 dogs. Well, then we got it down to 3 dogs because the one wasn't clicking with Jaden. So, so she leaves. Her and her boyfriend leaves.
He was growling at him. And I don't.
Yeah, so he was like, I'm not watching this dog.
Yeah.
So he's sweet to the girls. I don't know. He never did that to me. He has an issue with boys, I guess, guys. So they leave for Florida. I go in the morning and I'm letting the dogs out or whatever. Everything's fine. I'm walking them, feed them. They're all good.
7 o'clock.
And I had to go then to work. And a lot of my jobs are in the community that we live in. So I'm like, all right, I have to go to, you know, my job. So I said, Jaden, just let them out. Like Jamie instructed you to do, like tie them up in the back, and let them go out to pee because I'd walked him and everything else earlier. Soon as he goes there, and I'm like, Jaden, this and that, I'm overly paranoid, right? He calls me, Savannah. I'm like, oh my God, the one dog runs off. And
it's a greyhound too. A tiny greyhound
mix, so she's really fast. So I leave my job and I'm like tracking the dog down. She's running through the neighborhood and then she just runs off and we don't know where she's at. This was the most stressful thing that's happened to me. Like one of the most. This dog.
Bad weather. Oh, snow. I
didn't even know what to do. And like, I had to like, basically when they were landing, I had to tell them like, your dog is like running the neighborhood.
And you're getting your luggage and you're like, by the way, your dog ran away.
And Jamie's just trying to have a good time. She's like, oh, it's a dog. She'll find her way back. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like this dog's scared of everone. This is the issue.
It's one of those dogs that moonwalk when you walk into the house.
She's like really, and she shakes, she's scared. A lot of lessons learned in this situation for sure.
Don't watch anybody's pets.
But I went on Facebook groups right away and put the word out because I've seen other people do that. So I put the word out right away, and then people were giving me information about trappers and stuff.
Everybody was supportive.
So Janie's boyfriend flew home the next day to come and like try to get the dog.
I don't think he likes us right now, to be honest. He's probably watching this, but I understand if you're mad. We get it.
That's why I was like, listen, you know,
you got every right to curse us and everything.
You know, it's just a shitty situation.
I felt awful myself.
Yeah, like, I'm like, you know, thank God it's all resolved now in the dog.
5 days.
But we got people, so many wonderful people reposting it, seeing her picture.
Great community.
I mean, we were able to track this dog. Like, I was like, this is so awesome to see the community come together like this. And also, the people who did end up trapping her are all on donation. Right. So I'm thinking, oh my God, he's really going to hate us. It's going to cost thousands of dollars to get this dog trapped. Well, it's all from donation. They don't even charge. How wonderful is that? I mean, that doesn't even happen. Like everyone's charging for something. Like, so that's just how much our animals and pets mean to us. People
can you imagine if somebody opened the door and Coco or Gino took off? I'd be on a rampage. I'd be killing people.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, cats are definitely harder to find than the
But cats also survive better than dogs for some reason. But this dog was relentless. Even the owner, Steve, he came back and spotted the dog.
Yeah.
And the dog, he was 10 feet away. I said, "Come on, Savannah." The took off.
Yes.
It was so
and then hid for a couple of days after that. She was gone from 11:15 Wednesday. She wasn't retrieved till
7:30 Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night.
So a good 5 nights. Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, 5 nights, and the weather wasn't good.
No, it was raining. It was freezing rain. It was snowing. It was cold.
They had sensors. They had cameras on it. They see the dog like coming up to the thing like.
It was so stressful. I was so consumed, like with every moment. Savannah, please pray. I'm praying. Please, God, help me. You know, help this dog. You know, it just was like crazy. I can't even imagine like being missing a child. You know, that would be just ultimately the worst thing. That was just one
situation. That was only 5 days out of the last 10 months or so. It was very dramatic. I'm not going to get into everything, but. My advice to you young parents, don't have kids. Do not have children. It's not a
young couples, you mean? If they're already parents, they already have the kids.
Patience, discipline, the ability to, we're not.
Don't let the kids have social media, phones, all that stuff. Like, I think hopefully there's a new generation of like, because now we can't take it away. So once they have it all, it's very hard to like, as a community, take it away. But if the people stop giving it and making it a normal thing for young kids to have it and iPads and all that stuff, then you'll have that generation of like kids not like, being subjected to like all this stuff, because what these kids see online, and we can't control what our kids see all the time. It's just too much. It's overwhelming. I mean, you see adults and the way that adults react to things.
I look at us in the morning. We're having coffee, the three of us, me, you, and Jaden, on his way to work. He's like, nobody's talking. Everybody's on the damn phone. So we are guilty as the next person.
Yeah, but if you stop doing that and you stop, allowing the kids to have access to those things.
Once I'm retired from the industry, which I should have been by now, just when I thought
that
I
you're
was
gonna
out,
run
they
away and
brought me
hide.
back in.
You'll get bored.
I'm done. I'm going flip.
He's always like, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. 2 days later, that's why I said, by the way,
bipolar. Actually, this stuff might help with that too. Testosterone levels. Let me not forget.
Didn't I just ask that? And you were like, no, I'm always going to have attitude.
Well, that doesn't mean it. I can always be.
I was going to say, I did see an improvement. That's what I was trying to say. But
maybe it helps other people, but I'm also under a lot of stress right now. So
you stress yourself out.
I do. I'm my own worst enemy, but I honestly,
because you're a Libra. Libras do that.
Simon, I don't know what you girls found up there in Canada, but it works. You told me about the imitations, and I believe you. And my buddy, Jai, he's like 50 years old, but he's a beast. And he won't touch anything that ain't good.
Yeah.
He's like, he reads the books. He's one of those guys that do the triathlon.
Well, you know what? I'm so sick of everything's cancer.
He said this is the best.
Eat, everything you drink, right. If you don't do this, if you don't do that. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so sick of it. That's another thing when you're on the social medias or just on your phone, Google, whatever. It's like, the plastics are giving you cancer. This is giving you cancer. It's like.
Kids will give you cancer.
1 in 8 women will get breast cancer. 1 in this and that. And it's like, wow, Jesus Christ, we're all doomed. And like.
Tampons.
How's that going to make me want to like?
A tampon gives you cancer, they say.
Well, I was telling him about this, right?
I just found out a tampon, and I never tried it.
I guess the metal's in it or whatever, but
no reason to.
My mother, who's 75, would always tell me, from day one, when I was a teenager, don't use tampons, don't leave them in, don't. So I, got the education from gynecologists or whatever. Like, it isn't something that you shouldn't be sleeping in them. You shouldn't have them in for a long period of time.
Well, like a nookie, you don't go to bed with it, right?
Well, but a lot of girls, especially now, they do that because it is uncomfortable. I mean, I know it's kind of weird to talk about, but it is. Having a pad is like a diaper, and then you're like bleeding, and it's all over, and it's like disgusting, and it's like not very comfortable. So when you wear a tampon, you're not dealing with that unless your flow is like booming,
there you go,
coming out, and it's like really flowing, and you wanna, but everything in moderation. You don't put it in, keep it in for days. I never thought
using a tampon in moderation would be your advice.
They also, when I was growing up, it was the toxic shock syndrome where you got like flu, you could die from.
When you were growing up, they told you girls to use those douches. And they stunk.
Douches are not good, girls. And the Summer Eve stuff, any of that stuff, it's not.
I keep hitting the damn thing with a little hose.
No.
As a kid, that thing was frightening. Listen,
I don't know if I could give anybody, especially young girls, because maybe moms don't talk about it, or whoever's not talking about it. If your JJ is stinky, that means something is wrong, and you need to go to the doctor.
My JJ's
and
not
you get
stinky,
medication for it, and it clears up. Things do happen. But like if it's not smelling good, and you think you need to douche, it's not good. You need to go to the doctors because it shouldn't smell. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Right, Danny?
You said my JJ. You're right. My JJ doesn't smell.
No. All right. If your JJ is stinky.
Because my JJ doesn't smell.
Yeah. And actually douching is like you actually wash out all that good stuff that girls are in there. That cleans it all
douching,
out. Yes. That's personal hygiene, baby.
Okay.
Maybe, some people don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
But no, the dog.
Oh, how about our night away to the lovers resort, Danny?
What about it?
And your pictures when you wear your wig.
It's just some fun. Plus,
people think we we role play or something.
No, I just fucking have some laughs. That's all. I have some drinks, throw on the wig, and we laugh. People that have been to our house, they know when the wigs come out, run or participate.
Yes.
One of the above.
It's fun.
Yeah, that's all. We have to have fun. We definitely have fun together.
Yeah.
Some people might enjoy it. Some people they look like idiots. I don't care. I have fun.
Well, Danny posted a picture of me on there, and I got some backlash with that. Like, you don't have no integrity putting that picture up.
No, they said I don't have integrity.
Oh, okay.
Not you.
Oh, all right.
I posted it.
me.
You don't either.
Yeah.
But he directed that towards me.
Yes.
Listen.
Because I was in a bikini.
It's no different than you being
I wasn't in lingerie. I was in a bikini.
If you're on the beach, you're wearing the same outfit, right? So, and people are probably like, oh. But what's the difference?
Well, and actually, I don't even wear a bikini out in public because then, my body's moving and this and that. And it's not like, it can look a little different than if you're just taking a picture or posing or something.
Bouncing
my boobs are bouncing. I have gotten, and I want to say that I have felt like I've gotten body shamed for, having big natural breasts. Because if I do wear certain tops, if I do wear a bikini, I get stared at, I get talked about, and, it's like body shaming.
I feel the same.
So I want to jump on the bandwagon of, self-pity and, I get body shamed.
That's why I don't wear G-strings on the beach. I don't want to hear nothing like, oh, my God, get that thing out of my way.
Yeah.
But on another note, Jay, honestly, getting back to your cleaning business, it's good to see you happy. I am lonely at times, but what do I do when you're gone? I clean the house. I do the laundry. I turned into Mr. Mom.
Yeah, you do Mr. Mom stuff. You definitely do. And I'm proud of you in that sense because, once upon a time, I did all that stuff. And
once upon a time when I was 10, I was doing it then because I was forced into slavery as a kid. At 10 years old, I was doing the laundry.
Poor
I was
Danny.
doing the wash. I was walking up and down Bergen Line Avenue. So I was used to all that. That's why I used to tell you, I'm very capable of doing laundry. I'm very capable of doing a dish.
You are.
I can do shopping. I can do the only thing I'm not very mechanical. I can't do any of that. My mother turned me into a bitch.
You can't have it all.
That's what happened. She turned me into I didn't have the dad around to teach me how to do the little, the bicycles and all that. She never the motorcycle. So I became domesticated at a young age, which was good, especially when I got into the military because I kind of knew how to make a bed. Yeah. Which was very important.
Yeah.
And shine boots. I was good at that.
Yeah, you're good at all that stuff. You love your laundry. I feel like it's
you hear me up there cursing like a motherfucker.
But you like to bitch about stuff, so it's like soothing. Like that's how you soothe.
Well, you know what?
Like F this laundry. This kid doesn't know how to. He has too many hoodies. It's inside out. Then I tell them not to do. And how many towels do they have to have?
They say people that hold stuff in, it's not good. It's best to scream.
To scream it out.
You might have your own opinion about it, but I've read and I've seen things that people say you let it out. Yes. Let it out.
Yeah.
You feel bad. Try it, everybody.
Scream.
Let it out.
Well, that's why they have those rooms that you go in and you break stuff and you take the plates and you throw them and that stuff. Yeah. So you get your anger out. Yeah.
Boxing.
You release it instead of holding it in. Correct. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
So Jamie's gonna go in and whip up a dish in a little bit. Yeah. It's my recipe. You probably see me post. You're probably taking guesses. It's probably this. But this is so easy. It's so delicious. It's, it's probably the same price as if you were to order out for it, and I'll leave it out.
It's fresh, yeah.
It's fresh, and I like it, and I think you're going to really
I feel like it's something that is good to whip up, and, a lot of people do like staying home, and especially on the weekends, couples.
You're going to get
making stuff, you can make it together, make it something quick, and it goes with, everything, I feel like,
It's good. It's good. You're going to enjoy it, and it takes only about 20, 25 minutes to whip up and all that, but...
Well, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Baseball. I got to talk a little sports.
Yeah.
Baseball, the Mets landed Soto, and you Yankee fans were so upset. You loved the guy until he went to the Mets. Now you're showing pictures of him 300 pounds with a cane. Yankees...
Really?
Yeah, they're like...
I hate when people make fun of people.
He wasn't no good. I'd rather have 10 players. And they're right. I would never spend $750 million for one guy. I agree on that, but what I'm more upset about, when he was still in, you might have had a chance to sign him. You were like, oh, this guy, we need him. And then as soon as he went with the Mets, he's not that good. He's going to be fat. He's only good. He can't throw. He's not a good fielder. He's a good hitter. He's a 286 hitter, whatever his average is. So that's the only thing I want to say about...
The banter on the sports stuff
the banter on
so much.
But you know what? Met fans do not hate Yankee fans. Yankee fans despise Met fans. They're always taking shots. So I do have a little problem with that, but it is what it is. I think the Mets have a good shot. Obviously, the Dodgers, they're number one. They're favorite to win it all. I think Braves, number 2, Yankees 3rd, or Mets 4th. So it should be an interesting season that starts up in less than a month, a little over a month. The regular season starts, I think, March 27th.
I think everyone's excited for baseball.
Why? Because
Spring.
it also brings warm weather. And you know what? Baseball's a long sport. You got 162 regular season games. You got about 30 preseason. And if you make it to the World Series, throw in another 15 to 20 games along the way. So it's a long season. I'm sorry, but nobody deserves that type of... I don't care who you are. I don't care if Babe Ruth was around today. He would make like $2.5 billion. But it's just... Well, based upon who he was then, and I think his best year, he only made like 100 large.
That's crazy.
Grand. But that was 1935.
Yeah. Times are changed.
Yeah, but Soto, 750, 60, whatever, just like Dak Prescott. Bum. I had told you, if you go back to last year... I told you, and I'm a Cowboy fan since 1970. I told you last year, dude, don't give him the money. Let him fucking go. He's no good. He's just a choke artist. He has his moments. But look what he did. He played 9 games that he sucked in, and then he gets hurt. He's out for the rest of the year. Dallas, as the draft's approaching, go after a quarterback. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. But anyway, your turn.
Yes. Okay. So.
What do you want to talk about? Cleaning supplies? What's the hot item out there? What do you want? What type of rag you want?
Well, Actually, after we're done doing a few more of my What's Cooking Jay segments, I am actually thinking about doing some cleaning tip segments, house, decorating segments. So I think I'm going to...
That's your real
I got inspired by watching Martha Stewart's documentary on Netflix. And although I'm much, much different than Martha Stewart, one thing that really super stood out for me is that
you didn't go to jail. She did. That's the biggest thing.
Well,
and you don't have 10.7, whatever she's
I know, but what I find is inspiring is at 45 is when she really started her career. That's when she started, exploding.
Really didn't get popular
until
the 60s.
Anybody that's, especially women, of course, anyone that is going through something changing in their life, that they have to become something different than they always were. That's kind of inspiring for me right now, because that's the change in my life. So
you can do anything you want. You've proven it.
And I do like inspiring other people.
You're not very good in math, though. I got to be honest with you. You got to brush up on your math. You're my English.
I'm not a good book smart person. Like,
you just said it, you just summarized it. You're not a good book. Not that I speak perfect English.
I have personality. That's what I have. I have a personality. And I'm okay to admit that. When people are like, you're dumb.
We have one smart person in the house, and it's our youngest. And he's
slacking right now.
And he doesn't really love it, but he's so smart. It comes natural, and that pisses me off.
He's very smart.
I was pretty good in definitely in basic math.
You're smart, Danny.
In different ways.
You know things.
I know a lot of things nobody should know about. History. I still love history.
Jace does too.
I was really into basic math, but once they incorporated the algebra and all that stuff, I was like, I'm never going to use this in my life, And it's true. And I get why kids, like, what am I doing this for? But for those that need it, they need it. Yeah. Those who have a vision to be an engineer or whatever, I can get it. But maybe that's the problem. Maybe they put too much pressure on the kids, because I think it all started, for me, with our kids, was that core math crap. When they started
Jaden transitioned to that. Jace learned it from the start. But I feel like when it comes to algebra, like, not all kids are gonna like understand that type of math, and it puts a lot of pressure on. And I know with my oldest, looking back, when kids start feeling like they can't do it, they start slacking off. So they start talking a lot. They start like trying to defer from like, okay, well, I'm not, getting this. Where like, maybe half of the room will get it and the other half isn't. And then you're made to feel like, and I know because I've had teachers call me like, why is your son not doing this? And even now with Jace, I'm like, listen, if I can get inside these kids' heads and make them do, but that's not reality. And all I can do is what I'm doing, And a lot of times in the schools and stuff, that's why a lot of people homeschool their kids now, because you get a lot of this, like, you're made to feel like crap. And then also, I'm a hugely against making teenagers especially feel like they're wrong all the time, or like what they're feeling or what they're going through is like they're just so messed up, like there's something wrong with you. when they're going through natural things that teenagers go through, then they're told like, you shouldn't think like that. You shouldn't be doing that. And it's like totally normal. And like, hopefully you just keep with them and they'll outgrow that stuff,
and then they turn 21, which our oldest will be in May.
Yeah, and they 20th. Start coming around. Like, I was such an asshole to my mom for many, many years. And then I started coming back around, and now I'd never be like that.
Not like today's generation. Today, they're just out of control with the, I want it now. Everything they want.
Well, I grew up not having because they didn't have it to give me. But rest assured, if Linda could have, she would have. And she did give me whatever she possibly could.
In our household, it was different.
My mom definitely spoiled me.
My stepdad, and again, I've said in the past, I didn't like him. He didn't like me, but he made a good live, real good live, but he drank it away. Literally, he would spend $500-$600 a week at the bars, and that's a lot of money in the 70s.
I was saying, who does that now?
Yeah, he was nicer to everybody but us kids, but...
Yeah.
I lost my train.
He didn't like kids. By the way,
he didn't like kids. He had like 15 or 16 of them.
I don't know. Yeah, he liked making them. He just didn't like taking care of them.
Oh, yeah. He made a lot of them.
They didn't know about protection.
1 year alone, I think he made 3 kids. So do the math.
He wasn't wasting money on condoms.
And they weren't twins or triplets. So he made 3 kids in 1 year. And none of them were twins. So what are you thinking?
Yeah.
How many? Basic math.
He was getting it. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be back. We're not going to do it every week, but we will be back in the next couple of weeks.
Yes. Yep.
And again, and I want you also to check out, you've heard me talk about the Philly Godfather. Check out his book. Movie will be out next year, but it's interesting. If you like gambling, if you like the gangster stuff, definitely check out
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, he's kind of an underdog, comes from the streets of Philadelphia. Father was a hot dog vendor. He got into the gambling, got into this and that, Philly. And, they wrote a book about his life. And he's one of the most successful gamblers ever. So, phillybook.com. He was on our show, I think, back in March, talking about March Madness. But I'm happy for you, Steve. Good job. And I look forward, because I'm going to be in the movie. He promised me. He mentioned me in the book.
Oh, how bougie are you going to be on set, Dan? Probably, when the makeup comes for you. Well, you better do this right.
If my role goes back from the 80s, you could just picture I'll have Cavaricci's on. Hair, actually.
You would love that. Well, you're definitely comfortable in the wigs, so they can definitely get you like a spiky hair wig. Yeah. You'll like that.
And again, that's all about fun. And also, for the last time, check out this product. Really, I got nothing to gain by this. I'm just sharing some experience with you. Stuff works. My shoulder, I banged up in Montreal back in '86 at a Met game. I told the story in the past. It was cracking. It was hurting so bad. I'm on the internet like, how do I fix this thing? I was supposed to have surgery, never did. This stuff, I haven't felt anything. Honestly, yeah, I can know it's still there, but I just heard a crick in a little bit. But the pain is gone. That commercial, you don't understand.
The pain is gone.
Fantastic. You ever see that commercial?
No. Oh my God, we died. Crying. Like, no,
you don't understand. The pain is gone. But yeah, this product definitely works. But I would try this if you're gonna. There's others that are a little bit least expensive, but try this. It's worth it. Good people. It's real. And I had a nice conversation with Simon. And if you go to the website, which is listed below, you'll see the videos and understand a little bit. 10 days out of the year, that's all they got. They got 10 years to capture this. And only the queen bee uses this, too. So be a queen bee.
Okay, sounds good.
Anyway.
Well,
you gonna get in that kitchen soon here, kid?
Well, I did, but I wanted to leave off because, it's been a while since we have done a podcast. And I just wanted to say in memory of our friend Sandro. Oh, so yes. since we haven't recorded and done a show,
good friend of ours. I don't know if you've watched this, Mike, on Facebook.
Yeah, he passed away from 9/11 related cancer. And he leaves behind beautiful children and a beautiful wife that is also so devastated. And it's so hard when you're seeing her post videos. They
were like
me and
Jamie. They were exactly like us, laughing.
Fit, the gorgeous couple.
The best parties, yes. Good looking, in shape.
It's just unimaginable and just, worst nightmare. And she just lost her brother from COVID a few years ago.
3 years ago.
And they were all very, very super close.
You want to talk
it's just
about
very devastating.
They have to. One thing in their memories, Barbara, you always have those parties. Yes. Those parties were epic.
She has a lot of beautiful memories.
And, yeah, she does. They were the best hosts. And great couple, great friends, and again, Sandro. We love
and it's sad to see Barbara posting, these pictures and memories and stuff like that. And, but at the same time, I feel like she's being very strong and inspiring other people, not just losing a loved one, which is ultimately the worst thing ever, but just in life in general, just like, watching her come out of it all. It's inspiring because she's not letting it completely defeat her.
Yeah, but they were together 30 years.
Yeah, long
married
time.
20-something.
Yeah.
And they had a Halloween party, which we were going to on the 25th of October, like the day before.
Which we were so excited for our costumes.
I was going to be Sandra. I was going to be dressed as a cop, which I had the uniform.
Yeah, we put it on, yeah.
She was going to be dressed like Barbara, redhead.
I got a red wig.
The dress color, it was like we were going to shock everybody. This would have been the perfect...
And at Sandro's memorial, it was crazy because I was like, what color dress should I get to be Barbara, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like the best color for her is like this green, like a darker green. So I get a dress that's darker green. So at his memorial, she was wearing a green dress, and she had said in there, I'm wearing this color because this was his favorite. This was his favorite on me. And I was like, wow.
He's a good dude, man. Sandro was a good man.
Yeah, really good
9/11 guy, a lieutenant from the New York, Brooklyn,
very honorable.
Staten Island.
Yes.
Just good people, just the type of people that we need more of.
Right. Yes.
And like us, they weren't perfect. They had their ups and downs, but they were like us.
Stuck together.
And it just, I'm sure every time I see her post, I look at Jim, I'm like, this could be us. Like, God, I'm devastated. And my also friend, Andre in Florida, Maria, they've been together since 1980, 1979. It's same thing. Guy was like the Hulk.
Yeah.
60, he would have been like 64 now.
Yeah,
he was a little older than me. And he just out of nowhere, they post pictures and then boom, they're gone. That's how life just guys, girls embrace it.
A lot of people. Yeah.
You know what? Like I'm a type of guy, I'm emotional. I get upset fast. I get over it, but you know what? You got to just live life. Don't hold grudges. That's one thing I don't. People have done me really bad over the years. Hey, I get
gotta
mad.
let it go.
You let it go. You just got to find the right person in your life. Right. And thank God for me.
Yeah.
I found her I found her in 97, but I landed her in 99.
You landed me in.
And I never let go.
Yeah.
She never tried to get away, though. She just, she never tried to get away.
It's always,
never gave her a reason, though.
It's always been us, I learned a long time ago, especially when we lived in Florida and we went through a lot of things that like, this is my circle, and that's with my kids, like Jaden's becoming, one of my best friends, it's like, he's a really good kid. He's a good person. I'm able to talk to him and communicate with him. And yeah, he is
like,
loud.
Remember that commercial? We're like, that cartoon.
When their kids were little, like we would wake up earlier just to have our coffee so we can be like, okay, without them getting up first. And now Jaden gets up with us and he's like so loud and he's like,
he's always got the
he wants to talk right away.
Look at this video.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's like,
give me a second. And he starts laughing. He's in my ear.
But he's been putting out music. Did we talk about his music and stuff?
Young Bull
Jay. He's doing really well with that.
Yeah, he's getting better.
Yeah, I'm impressed with it.
I'm going to take him up to see Ari from North Bergen, Guttenberg. Everybody knows Ari out there.
Yeah.
He's into music. He represents some bigwigs out there.
I feel like once he turns 21 and he can get out there more and stuff, like I feel like, he's going to be able to get exposed a little bit more. He's very talented. Better. He really is.
And Mike, you like music. You're a music guy. Mm-hmm. It's different music. Yeah. I don't like it. But I listen to all the other rap stuff. I'm like, ain't much of a difference.
But when you hear the words, I've never really been into rap.
He's weighing 132 pounds with a pocket full of quarters.
But when he like the words, it's it's got really good lyrics. I'm proud of him.
He wasn't really into school. He barely got by the high school, but his lyrics, he's good with words.
Yes,
he can lay down some meaning. And he talks from his heart.
Yes.
And it's pretty darn good. And he's learned how to be a decent producer, only getting better. And,
right.
But anybody these days, you do that AI stuff, which I don't know. I saw some stuff. I'm like, there's a man in a shark, and they're hanging out. He's patting him. I'm like, Like I'm hungover.
Danny's always like, look at this, and I'm like, that's AI. Like I don't even look at that stuff. Everything's AI to me now.
Some of it, like the one guy over in India, he does have the lion that comes in. He raised him from a cub. Some of it's real, but the man in the shark mouth, I doubt that was real, because the shark was like letting him pet it and all that stuff. So I guess that was AI at its best. But anyway, Jay, unless you have anything else to say, I'm going to say goodbye until the next time. But remember, after this, she's going to go into that kitchen and whip up something. That takes about 20, 25 minutes. It's not expensive. And I'm pretty sure you know what I'm getting at. So, you want to sign us out of here tonight?
And what which season of Keepin' It Real are we going on to? Season 12.
Started back about this time in 2013. Yeah.
Season 12
and it started as totally a sports talk show.
So do we do this season 12 episode 1?
Yes.
Is that how we do this? Okay.
Yes. So it really, and I said it in one of last year's episodes, it started as a total sports podcast. Sports betting, Philly
But nobody wants to hear from Danny. They want me in it.
Yeah, they do, and I'm all right with that. So we talk a little bit about this and that. I talked about...
I got the TNA.
What is that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now you're going to get backlash.
Oh, boy.
But some more advice. Don't volunteer to walk anybody's dogs.
No, I'm not babysitting anyone's kids. I'm not watching anyone's pets. Not doing anything of that. Like any
you just
living
got them
thing.
telling
No
me
way.
You want this 11-month-old cat named...
Teddy. Well, he is really cute, but I was thinking about it. He's a rescue.
You want to bring him into our life with our cats that are very content.
I know. And then, like, I'm sleeping with Coco, and I'm like, he's my best friend, and he's going to feel like I'm trying to, like, replace him.
Coco will have so much attitude. He'll come at you.
Because he's my baby.
He'll take his little, because he has the claws. He'll be, you'll be done.
Yeah. Coco is like my little
Then he'll
love.
be licking you. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mom. But anyway, it was fun to be back.
Yeah, it's fun to be back, Danny.
Yeah, again, exciting year. Hopefully this Monday, when the podcast, we're recording on a Saturday, it should be out Monday or Tuesday. The weather will be better.
Yeah, people start getting out and getting some vitamin D, fresh air.
You need that fresh stuff. And this winter, there was no opportunity to go for a nice walk. Not around here anyway. Yeah. Usually you get a little 2 or 3 days where you hit the 40s. The Indian summer, they like to call it. Not this year. But anyway, I keep rambling.
Yes, like you do always.
And try that.
Oh, look, this is like my cat.
What's
Except
that?
he doesn't have orange
Try that
hair.
pine pollen. Again, check out the link below. Check out the video. And I recommend it. It's really good for you. And I'm not just bullshitting. It works.
Yep. So we're going to keep it real.
Take care, my friends.
It's time to get cooking with What's Cooking Jay. Grab a spatula, be ready to sway. Come on and cook with Jay, yeah, cook with Jay.
Hi everyone, welcome back to What's Cooking Jay. I'm Jamie Biancullo, and it's been a while since I came on here to give you guys a recipe. And we're kicking off our new season of Keepin' It Real, season 12. So I'm going to start back up on my cooking segments. So first up is our pizza we're gonna do, and we came up with this. Danny and I came together on this recipe from a local restaurant that we like to frequent, and they have this on their menu sometimes, and then they took it off. So we started having this pizza and we loved it, and then they didn't have it anymore, so we're like, okay, we can make this at home. And it was actually so easy to do. It's something that we've done together, but Danny has taken over. But he doesn't want to be in this segment because he says it's all about me. It's my time to shine, and it's my cooking segment. So here we go. So you don't really need a lot of ingredients for this, which I love. This is something that you guys can make as a couple, single, pairs well with, well, actually, it's our famous line now, Lemon Drop Pizza Shop. So I'm really good at the lemon drops, and Danny's good at the pizza. And then we make it together, so that pairs really well. Or if you want wine, or you want it for the kids, whatever it is, it's a great recipe, very easy to do. So there's just a few ingredients. We really love this stone fire flatbread. There's many different flatbreads that you can use, or pizza crusts. A lot of people maybe like you eat those or have made the English muffin little pizzas. So it's kind of like that, So you got your stone fire flatbread pizza, and I'm just gonna open this up. Okay, there's 2 of these in the pack. They're like $5. I mean, It's basically going to cost you what it is to order a pizza, but it's something fun that you can make and healthier to make it at home. So you're going to need your Stonefire flatbread. You're going to need olive oil. You're going to need crushed red pepper, garlic, salt, oregano, fresh basil, whatever brand your store has. Love the fresh basil. You're going to need garlic. You're going to need your Parm cheese, locatelli. This is the best one to have, locatelli. And you're going to need your fresh mozzarella and your, I call them Roma tomatoes, but in the store they're called plum tomatoes. You can use any tomatoes that you want. I find that the plum tomatoes are less watery, so they're better to go on the pizza. So you just do, how many garlic cloves? Probably like the whole clove itself, right, Danny? You're gonna mix this up. You're gonna need a blender to put everything in. So you just take your, garlic out of the clove, cut them out of there. You're gonna put them into your little food processor, your little blender. You're going to take your fresh basil. I always wash it off, rinse it off. Danny did this preparation for me, so hopefully he did do that. And he's like standing by watching that I make sure that I do everything. So
you forgot the cheese already, so I better watch.
What cheese?
The mozzarella cheese. You have to run out and get mozzarella chease.
Well, that's neither here or there, but I did have to go because I did forget. But if women going through menopause, that middle-aged woman, we forget, and it's part of the symptoms that you get. And look it up; it's a true story. Okay. So, all right, so we put some basil in here, just like a pinch, okay? And then you're gonna add a little bit of olive oil we're gonna blend this first. Okay, this is why I said, because I originally did this and then he took over. There are recipes that like I come up with or I start doing it and then he decides that he's going to take it over, which is fine. He likes to give them something to do. So you're going to just blend this up nice and fine in your blender, food processor, whatever you call it. Call it the thingy thing. That's what I call most things, thingy things. Okay, and then you're going to have your separate bowl, okay? You're going to scoop all that in here. It smells so good. I love fresh basil. It's like the best smell. It's an aphrodisiac. And people that cook with the fresh foods, they know, and the herbs. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so we're going to put all that in there. Then we're going to add the olive oil. Okay, so we're going to mix a little olive oil. Not too much, Danny told me, because then it gets we just want it to be moist. We don't want it to be slippery in this situation. We want it to be moist. So we're gonna mix it together. I feel like I need a little bit more than that. And just eyeball. I don't have the exact measurements. And if you find my other recipes, you can tell that, I eyeball everything up. So I think this is well mixed together. And then Danny likes to add a little crushed red pepper. So we're gonna add a little bit of that in there, get a little flair, a little spice. Some garlic salt. Now see, I prefer garlic powder. Danny does garlic salt. And he has our son on the same page. Don't use that garlic powder. I hate that. It's like, okay, then cook for yourself. Okay, so a little oregano. So we'll pour the little oregano in here. And then I believe we do a little of the locatelli Parm cheese. And we're gonna add that in there as well. And we're gonna mix that all together. Now, in the meantime, while you're prepping for this pizza, you're gonna put this in the oven at 450. And a little tip that 425. This is why he should have done it with me.
Well, it says right there in black and white. Okay. Look at the oven.
Okay, so 425 you're gonna put it on. And a great tip for this, because you don't wanna put this right on the rack because the oil is gonna seep through. So you take your pan and you put it into the oven, and so while it's preheating, it's heating up the pan. So then your pizza is gonna go onto that hot pan. So you're gonna put that on 425, you're gonna start prepping all your stuff, and so far we got our little mixture of our fresh basil, garlic, Parm cheese, oregano, garlic salt, and our crushed red pepper with a little olive oil. And I feel like I need a little bit more. Danny might critique me later on
it's good to add if necessary.
Yeah, I feel like it's
start off slow.
He says moist. I don't know. I'm a dipper. Everything's over extra ketchup, extra sauces, extra. Danny rolls his eyes on me all the time. Extra. Everywhere we go, they know us, and extra. That's me. Okay.
Yeah, should have sold newspapers.
Extra. Read all about it. Okay, so. If you watch my other cooking segments, and I also, one of my segments, I give you some great advice with the fresh mozzarella. You want to leave that out to get room temperature before you cut it and use it. It tastes so much better like that. So that's the same thing with this. Leave it out, put it out for a little bit and let it get room temperature. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on the pizza. Now, these are pretty decent size. Two people can share it. But a lot of times what Danny does is he cuts them in half, and so he'll just make, especially if it's just work for one person, and then he'll save it for later. So you can do that. And so you just want to mix this all on here. Now this is a lot of garlic. You don't have to use as much if you don't. I would just say then use a little bit more olive oil to spread it all, but this looks great. Really liking how this looks and smells, Danny. This might not be great for the breath though after, because there's a lot of garlic. But garlic is so healthy for us, guys. I mean, honestly, you should really have garlic almost every day. It's so good for you. Very healthy. Lots of benefits. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I get all this on here.
You used it all, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Why, you don't use it all?
It's supposed to be for two of them, but go ahead.
Oh, is it? This looks good like this.
It's going to be extra bad bread
now.
Ooh,
I love this. Okay, so you don't have to use this much.
If you like, you can.
See, now, this is why he should have done this segment with me instead of like being the back seat driver.
Spread it evenly.
So, you don't feel like I did it evenly?
You got to spread it evenly.
All right, we're going to get it all on here.
Corners, get the corners. Don't make me get my apron on.
Well, I asked you to do this before, and you said you didn't want to.
I don't.
You said it was all about me. Well, it could be us together, Danny.
The kitchen's too tight.
Okay. I can make a comment about that, but I won't. All righty. Okay, I feel like this is good. Okay. That does look good. Okay, so I'm going to cut
your tomatoes.
Okay. Now remember, you could use any tomatoes that you want, but I found that the Roma tomatoes are the best. Plum tomatoes, whatever you call them. So you're gonna slice them up, and you're probably gonna use 2 of them per flatbread. I've always talked about this in the past with my other segments. I like thin sliced everything. So my tomatoes, my mozzarella, I'm going to slice it thin. Alrighty, get this all sliced up for you guys. And like I said, this is great for date night. I mean, this is, our kids love it. Danny goes around asking the kids, you want the pizza? He loves making it. So maybe your man will like making this for you. So this is good to watch my segments. All my cooking segments, I feel like, have done well. I've gotten all good comments on it. Everyone likes it. That's why I wanted to bring it back as well, because people were sending me messages. I need some new ideas, and I know it seems so silly and simple, but they're things that maybe somebody else isn't thinking of. So that's why I like putting content out there, so that other people can be like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I mean, there's so many things that I realize, like, that was so simple. Why did I never thought of that? So here we are. Okay, Danny, is this, you feel like enough tomatoes?
You can put a few more if you want. If not, it depends on if they like it or not.
Okay, so that just depends on how much tomatoes that you like or don't like. Okay. You can also use these, the flatbread, and make regular red sauce and stuff, and the shredded mozzarella that you get in the packages, you can use them that way too, but that's a whole different style of pizza. So I am going to thinly slice this mozzarella, and I can tell it's nice and tender, soft. Okay, we're gonna put, I know Danny always likes a lot of the cheese on here. So we're gonna put that all on. And the way that you display food, and I think this is what Danny really likes doing it, because it becomes like a work of art, you know, and making it pretty. And so when you want to present it, especially if it's date night, you want it to look good. Danny's always, when he's making this pizza, he'll be like, oh, take a picture of it, take a picture. If you go through my social media, you'll see like 100 pictures of this pizza. So that's why I was like, well, when Cooking with Jay, What's Cooking Jay comes back, I am definitely going to do this for my first recipe. Okay, let me get this going here. Alrighty. I feel like, Danny, there's going to be a lot more cheese than that on it. And I think he's critiquing me, like, I don't do it like that.
No, I don't.
I do it like this. Okay. I'm going to spread this out. And, you know, obviously use as much cheese as you like. Danny does like a lot more cheese than I do. He's a cheesy guy. Not a cheese ball, though, right?
Sleepy.
Yeah, Danny did, you know, you have created a work of art with these pizzas, I have to say. I know he likes. But we're not done yet. You think that's enough?
Yeah, you gotta put your oregano on there.
Yes, I know. Okay. Oh, you put the oregano on top of the...
I told you double.
Okay. Well, he's like, he didn't write this down, you know, and he should have been doing this with me. So we're going to put a little oregano back up on here. What else do you put on there? More garlic?
Dash with basil.
Okay, so then you got your basil. So you can either... I know sometimes when I'm looking back at these pictures that he made me take... he'll chop them up sometimes and put little pieces, or you can put like the bigger pieces on there. So however you want to do it. If you want to be a little more creative, fancy, I'm just going to pick these apart here. Obviously, I'm not as good as Danny with this because I can feel him breathing down my neck about it. Yeah, well, I think they're going to get the point. And it would have came out better if Danny would have done the segment. I don't know how many times I have to say that. If he would just listen to me.
It's the
guys that don't listen to their wives.
It's What's Cooking Jay, not What's Cooking Dan.
Yeah, well, you have guest appearances, okay? People have guest appearances. But actually, I think this is turning out pretty good. What do you think, Danny?
I like it. It'll
be fine. That's good, right?
It'll be fine.
Do I have enough? I love basil. Oh, it smells so good. Do you feel like I have enough on there?
You can also add toppings if you like. Onions, peppers.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes, like, when he sautés his onions or peppers and he has extra, he'll, like, put that on the top, and it's really good like that as well. We've definitely enjoyed it a few different ways. And you can be creative with it, but just giving you the idea of the flatbread pizzas, and add whatever toppings. Like I said, you can use the regular sauce with it. So this is the pizza prior to it going into the oven, and you're going to put this on for how long, Danny?
About 15, 16 minutes.
15, 16 minutes in the oven at 425. And remember to put that bacon sheet in the oven prior to heating it up so that it's nice and hot when the flatbread goes on there. Okay, so. All right, we're going to get this hot pan out. That's gonna be delish. I know. Okay. There we go. All right, guys. Well,
we'll check on it in about 15
minutes. Check on it in about 15 minutes, and we'll let you guys see how it comes out. But thanks for everyone that always gives me love and inspires me to keep doing these segments because they need food ideas, because it's a lot of fun to do. And thanks to Mike for coming back to doing these segments for us. Yes, we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, guys, let's check on the pizza. It's been in here for about 14, 15 minutes. So we're going to check on it. Each oven varies, so obviously it could take a few more minutes. Each oven is different. I think I'm going to give this another minute, so let's check back in another minute. It's looking really good. It's smelling really good. I know Mike is excited to taste this, and all the garlic on there. And Danny keeps telling me, you put too much. It was for the two of them. So, I don't know. To me, that's how much I would have put on there, but like I said, if you want less, then put less on there. So we're gonna check back in another minute. All right, guys, this pizza should be done. Let's pull it out. Okay, it looks delicious. It smells great. Alrighty, and I would let this sit for a minute before you put it on your cutting board and cutting up the pizza with your pizza roller. I know Danny's always bitching about finding a good pizza roller, but I feel like we found this one at Walmart and it's doing pretty well. So we're gonna let this cool for a minute before we put it on the cutting board to cut it up and eat. And you want it to let it cool down. I personally like it when it's more cooled down. Danny likes everything super hot, so he'll eat it right from there. Okay, so after it cools down for about a minute, you want to position it onto your cutting board and prepare for the best pizza of your life. Okay, and however you want to cut it. I'll split it up here. Danny loves cutting it into little pieces. He does it so nice for me. And he's so proud. And I'm so happy for him when he is. He gets so excited about making me pizza. I love it. Okay, so you can cut it up however you want. I like that size. Danny will do a little bit smaller pieces. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching my segment. Hope you guys enjoy it. And remember to look out for a lemon drop pizza shop in the future. Have a great day.